In this tutorial, we want to draw this logo for a kindergarten school. So we'll begin by drawing a circle. We go to our circle tool, click it, and go to control, and then you draw a circle. The control is for us to get a perfect circle. Now go again, using the same tool, we want to draw an ellipse. So with that, you don't need to press the control key. So draw any ellipse at all, more or less you like. That will be using it to intersect here, so you can imagine the hole there more or less. Let's give it a different color so that it's easier. You can choose a color by going to the color palette here, or you can go to object, fill and stroke, and then this dialog box pops up, and then this is the fill, is the inside, the stroke is the outside. Now we go on, let's place the rectangle, the ellipse more or less here. I would suggest you go to the snapping tool and enable it. And what do we need? We need the center, and we need also the here the quadrants of the ellipse. So what we need to put on is this one here, snap smooth nodes including quadrat points of ellipse. We need that because that is for that part. And then we come here and click. For you to be able to click this though, you have to enable this. Okay, so enable this, and then we come here and enable snap other points. This is the main switch or the sub main switch. This is the main switch, and then go to this one here, snap centers of objects, or snap an item's rotation center more or less. That also is good. You can then, if you want to place it, let's see here, why is it not? Yes, it's snapped. So you see it's snapped. I think anyway, we are done with it. Normally it's good to make this a bit lighter for our imagination. Now this is selected, go to shift and select this tool, and then we go to path, and then we go to difference. So we have this thing we are looking for, that's somehow like a hole. Now this, we want to do a duplicate of this, so you can, it's already selected. If not, you use the selection tool to select it, and then you go to edit, duplicate. Now the next thing we want to do is to flip this, so we have to flip it vertically. So you go here and press this for us to get this, so that we can come and place this here. Try to place this more or less somewhere I have here, for it to create something like what you can see here more or less, and then leave it, and then you can select both. Let's select both. Okay, we select this, I go to shift and select this as well, and then we go to path, union. Now we have one thing. We've already almost created one part of the thing. And the base, I use this color. Maybe we can already give it the color I use. I think I used this color. Let's see. Yes, this is the color I used. Now do a duplicate of this. You can do a duplicate. Apart from clicking up there, you can also right click your mouse and do duplicate. That also works. Let's choose the color that I used there. I think it was this color. No, it's this rather. Yes, it's this. Now we need to reduce this a bit so it's smaller than what we had. So go to shift and control and push this in. We do that because the shift and control will let the thing stay at the center, so it doesn't move, and also the image doesn't get distorted in any form. We just want only that we have a smaller version of what we have. I think this reduction is already good. Now we need to close these gaps so it looks like a 3D more or less. So let's reach out for our Bezier tool here, and I'm using, you see there are many options for the Bezier, but I'm using the create sequence of straight lines. You go on and click that, and then come here and close these gaps here by drawing a straight lines. We are going to draw somehow like a square. You can also draw a triangle just to close it, you know. So if you get to there, try to get to where you started, and then double click. The next thing, we go to the next one, we do the same. We press this one here, we go here, we draw a triangle more or less. Let it go into the thing. Don't let it touch the other thing. And then we come here, and then we double click. The same thing, we repeat the process. We go to the ends, we go to the where we started more or less. If it's not working here, I see that my thing, then do it as a four-sided polygon. Okay, I see that it's just to close. It can be a triangle, it can be a square, it can be a rectangle, anything at all, just to close. Oh, I double clicked it, one moment, because it has to be a closed unit. Now we go here, I go to the end, I come here, I try to close it more or less. Okay, I hope this works out. Now we go for our selection tool, and then we select everything. So go to shift and select it has already selected the down one, but we also need these small ones, these ones, and the bigger one. We don't need the smaller one. This orange thing, don't select it, only select this one and the four things we drew. And then go to, okay, let's try, go to path union. Now we've closed all the gaps. We have something which looks like a 3D. Now the next thing we want to do is to draw a circle, a smaller circle, and put it. That's easy. So we just go for our circle tool, and then we go to control to have a perfect circle. More, let's see, this is good, I think. And then the color is this color here, so we go and pick this color we use there, yeah, and then we pick it with the selection tool, and then we put it here. Now the next thing we want to do is to do this thing here. So we go for our rectangle and square tool, and then draw a square or a rectangle. It's not really important that it's really a square, but anyway, you can also, let's draw a square. Something like this is okay. If you want to draw a square, then it's control, and then draw a square, and then press control with drag, and so we have something like this here. I think mine is too big considering the size of my, let's see here, you can check yours as well. Maybe I reduce it a bit. Check yours as well, just for it to be a bit uniform. Yeah, to reduce it or make it big, just go to control, and then you hold this hand, you can make it big or smaller. Let's make it a bit smaller. Now we want to change this. We change this to, we go to path, object to path, then this is changed to a path, and then we would go for our, let's go for our edit path and notes tool. You see these notes here, select the the two down here, and then we go to insert new node. So it inserts a node here. Now click away first so none of the nodes is selected, and then if you come again, we want to select only the center node, and then we move it down a bit like this. I think we are good, more or less. This is okay. And then we want to smoothen this part a bit, so you go out again and select these two, only these two we need to smoothen, and then go to make selected nodes auto smooth, so we make it a bit smooth. Okay, and then we give it this color. I think I gave it this, let's see, yes, this is the color I chose, so can give it this color. Let me go and select this. I hope it's not too big. If it's big, you can reduce it. Now you have it here, you can just reduce it by going to Shift and Control and reducing it more to fit in. For let it fit in. Okay, I'm not sure whether this was the color. Maybe I used the darker one. Let's try this and see. Or maybe this is too dark. We try what I chose. I think this is good. Okay, now we want to draw our book here. Now after drawing this, let's go for our rectangle and square tool, and then we draw a rectangle, more or less something like this. It's okay. Draw a rectangle. We can reduce the size later, so it's okay like this. Give it the, I think the color we need here is this color. Is this color here, the fourth one here. Now we select this and then we do a duplicate of it. So we go to edit, duplicate. The duplicated one, we want to rotate it, so press it again. You see these handles here, press it again, it's like this, so it's for rotation. And then move this up a bit so we get some rotation, and then we bring it here. For it, we want it to snap, so for it to snap, have this snapping tool on, and then go here, snap to cusp nodes including rectangle corners. Let it be on so that you can snap easily. You see it snapped easily. Now we want to write ABC in it, so go for your text tool and write ABC. The font I'm using is Century Gothic. You can find it by just going to text and font, and this dialog box pops up, and then you look for it here. Now let's make it bold, and then when you make it bold, go to apply, and then we change the color to red. No, maybe this red is better. Choose this red, and then we move this into our book. Now here, this is centering it. We don't want it to, so first of all, we can either remove these snap centers, so we can move it somewhere here freely, and then we write 1 2 3 again. So with the text tool, 1 2 3, in the same way we want it bold, and then we write apply, and then I think we use this color here. Now go for the selection tool and move it here. Now we want to change this paper here, or this part here, to white. So just click it and choose the color white, and then now select everything. You can now even group everything if you want. So go to objects, group. So we have everything grouped. Now I think I want to reduce this a bit because the size is big. So go to shift control and then make it a bit bigger. Let's see how it will fare when it's there. We need to even make it much smaller so it fits in nicely here. I think it's good, the size. What do you think? You can decide. Oh, it's snapping, so let's just remove the snapping for now, so that's the not having any snap. I think this is good. What do you think? And then the next thing we want to do is we have to write our precious kids and Mayfair kindergarten. So let's draw a circle. Now I want to see inside, but I could have just chosen anyway a color which is lighter, but still we need to reduce. So go to object, fill and stroke, and then when this dialog box pops up, reduce the opacity a bit, okay, so you can see your object. The color you choose is not important. We just want to see the objects to know where we want to put our letters. We need to change this circle we drew to a path because the action we are going to take is concerns path. So object to path, you go to path and then you do object to path. Then now we write our words. We go to our create our edit text tool. We go and then we write precious kids. Now with this written, we can change the color. I think I used this color here. Yes, this third color here. Now select this, go to the selection tool, select this, press the shift key and come and select this. And then go to text, put on path. And then you see it puts it here, so we can just double click again so you can rotate the big circle, so you can place this somewhere here. In this place is good. And then what you need to do is that you need to change this back to path so that you can release this. If you don't do that, if you release it, this curvy thing will not exist, okay? So go select only this one, the word you have here, and go to path, object to path. Now we have only this there. You can adjust it a bit, you can move it up, it works like any other thing. If you want to rotate it, go to shift control and rotate it a bit so you have it. You don't even need to go to shift control, just rotate it like this is okay. Now the next one is we want to do the down part. So for the down part, the text will have to flow in, because when you look at this flow, always the flow goes on the circle. So if we want it to go in, so we would have to use a bigger circle, and then we afterwards flip. So flip it in. So let's leave a bigger space here a bit. So the text will come here, and after we'll flip it into here. Now we go for our text tool again, then we write Mayfair Kindergarten. Okay, now we have this, we give it the same color, or we give this a darker color a bit, or the same. Let's, when we move it there, we can decide. Okay, now we have this, we select this, we go to for our selection tool, and then we go to shift and select this also. We do the same process, we go to test, and then we have put on path, and then it went there. Now let's rotate it a bit, because it's the same thing, it went to the same place, but that's not a big deal because we are just going to rotate it, and we are here, somewhere here. And now what we want to do is we want to flip it so that it's not upside down like this. So we flip it horizontally, and then that's what we have here. So now we have to, don't forget, you have to convert this to a path again, object to path, so that we are, because we don't need this we don't need. Then we move this here. Now let's this way, and then you can select everything and go to object group. If you want it group, you can resize it, you can move it and all. You can also change this color if you think you prefer it to be this color. Thank you for watching. Please help me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Bye.